Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Rules Horror. Story 1. 193,704, Amphius Corp Introduction and Rule Outline. 193,704, Introduction and Rule Outline, FWD Ferris Leslie 16593-04-29-2026-06:19. Hello name. This is Ferris, from Management. I am pleased to welcome you to Facility 305, Building C, Ward 9. We are simply ecstatic to have you as an employee at Amphius. Here at Amphius, we have rules that must be followed for the safety of everyone here. Without further delay, allow me to list these rules that shall be followed throughout the day. For your convenience, these rules have specific times that have been set to match your schedule. Please, refer to this list at the correct times. Time is extremely important here at Amphius. Upon arrival, between 6:30 and 7 o'clock, when arriving at Amphius, please enter only through the main gate. Failure to do so will result in immediate termination. This is to keep the entire company, as well as yourself, safe. Your superiors will know if you got caught up in ME traffic and you will not be reprimanded for your late status. 1A. When you get in the entry line, set a timer for 30 minutes. No matter how long or short the line, you must set this timer. Failure to comply will result in an unfavorable situation. 1B. If you are still in traffic when your timer goes off, exit your vehicle. It does not matter if you are the next person to be checked in. Leave it behind, it will be restored in your assigned parking space once you take your leave for the day. Walk up to the gate, and do not look back, nor hesitate. A man named John will be managing the gate mechanism. Politely show him your badge, which must remain on your person at all times while at Amphius, and explain your situation. He will let you in. Thank him and walk into the building. 1C. Do not attempt to bypass traffic using Rule 1B. John, and the other employees, will know of this disturbance and will not be happy. You do not want to see John unhappy. Wait. Your turn. 2. Entering the building. Greet our receptionists Jade, Kelsey, and Moira. Look at their name tags, ensure you know who is who. Sign in on the kiosk. Jade should greet you first, then Kelsey, and finally Moira. In the event that they do not engage in this order, act as if you left something in your car. Walk out, and tell John of the issue. Re-enter the building when he tells you to. 3. When you get past reception, make your way up to the office. Find your desk immediately. You should be at your desk no later than 7:15. However, aim to be there by 7 o'clock. The 15-minute grace period is only for those who got caught in traffic. The same rules apply here as 1C. Do not take advantage of the superior's generosity. 4. 7 to 11:30, do your work. You will work without taking a break, unless it is an emergency, ex bathroom, or injury, until 11:30. 5. 11:30 to 11:59, at 11:30, begin preparing for your noon briefing. Note anything of importance. However, ensure your notes are kept near and short. If you need to talk about something extensively, the boss can meet with you between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. However, the boss is very busy. 6. 12 to 12:15, at 12 o'clock, you will go to the meeting room. The entirety of Ward 9's employees will be there aside from security. If you notice anyone missing, report it to the security personnel outside the door. They will be taken care of. 6A. If there are no security personnel, find the nearest superior and inform them. You may black out, but you will be safe. 7. 12:15 to 1:15, after the briefing ends, it's lunch time. You can eat anything you brought from home, or you can go to the cafeteria. However, do not buy a snack from the vending machine on floor 2. We don't know why it's there, or how it got there. What we do know is that the food will make you very, very sick. 7A. Some days, the cafeteria will serve hamburgers. Do not eat these. We used to have redacted cows. Chances are those are what the burgers are made of. Do not eat the burgers. 8. 1:15 to 1:30, lunch ends at 1:15. At this time, you are to report to Lab 827, Floor 3. Remember, this job isn't just desk work. Be in the lab, cleansed and dressed, by 1:30. Don't worry about not knowing how or what to do, there will be a human present to instruct you on the specifics of the cleaning procedure. 9. 1:30 to 3 o'clock, by now, it should be 3 o'clock. You have 2 hours to get any necessary work done. Record what you did in the lab, do more paperwork, speak to the boss, maybe go nap if you have nothing to do and know the superiors aren't watching, you'll learn their tells. At 5 o'clock, you must report to evening wrap-up. 10. 1:30 to 3 o'clock, don't fall asleep. Do not fall asleep. They will know. They will. They will hurt you. Do not sleep. Do not surrender. You will be tired. You will be exhausted. Fight them. Fight sleep. Do not lose. Do not fall asleep. 11. Disregard Rule 10. We don't know why it always appears. We crossed it off for your convenience. 12. 5 o'clock, listen to whatever the boss or superiors need to tell you, and report anything important from either lab work or paperwork. When finished, you are free to go, or work overtime. 13. No later than 10 o'clock, you must leave by 10 o'clock. If you don't, you will be removed by security personnel. It is for the best that you leave before 10 o'clock, though, because the later it gets the more confidential the meeting going on in room 376C becomes. 13A. Do not seek out room 376C. If you come across it, leave immediately. Ensure you're not seen. You will be seen regardless, but do not let any physical entities see you. 13B. Room 376C becomes increasingly agitated as the night goes on. It wants to find you. It wants you to find it. The pull will be strong. Do not let temptation bind you. If you see room 376C, go to sleep. 13C, do not fall asleep. Sleep. 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 Go to sleep. Let them claim you. 14. Upon leaving, once you exit the building, find your car and drive home. Relax, and enjoy a nice night after working so hard. If you have any questions, feel free to reply to this email. Also, Please remember just how important time is here. It is what drives our company to greatness, and what helps us survive. Be punctual, and remember that time is the single most important rule to follow. Welcome to Emephus. I hope you can become one of our great employees and enjoy us as much as we hope to enjoy you. Ferris Leslie, Management. Do not fall asleep. This is a warning, Emephus wants your soul. You will be a corporate slave for so much worse than a depressing desk job. Please, stay conscious. Follow the time. Story 2. Your application has been accepted. Dear citizen, the Ministry of Labor has carefully considered your application for the mining stations of Rayan 4. Before you can get the result, we apologize for our response being later than the specified date of June 19, 2622. There were a few complications regarding the previously mentioned celestial body following some new discoveries. However, dear citizen, you can be assured that these complications have had no impact on the result. Your application has been accepted by the Ministry of Labor, and you are due to acquire the necessary uniforms and tools, alongside any personal belongings, before the final date of July 3, in which you will be called to the local office of the Ministry of Transport to be relocated to Rayan 4. We have sent a list of the equipment needed and where you can obtain them, and a list of rules that you must abide in order to ensure maximum safety while maintaining efficiency. Fear not, however, since these rules will be located in multiple signs/boards/papers across the stations, so you do not have to precisely remember them. It would, however, still be appreciated by the Ministry of Labor if you did your best to remember them. Your safety is above all else. Unless you happen to be performing tasks which are categorized as top priority by the Ministry, you are free to report any security concerns to the station foreman. Rayan 4, while having an atmosphere and a gravity of similar intensity to Earth, is still a barren world, and also one that happens to attain high temperatures. Wandering too far from camp during your free time is not recommended. If you hear any gunfire-like sounds coming from below the canyon the station is perched atop, do not investigate. This is not a safety concern, for the gunfire sounds are most likely rocks falling, but the notion to investigate an uneventful event will take away from efficiency. If anyone happens to be missing from camp after you hear said noises, they were most likely reassigned to another camp. It is advised to simply forget about them. As long as you don't happen to be assigned as the manager of a team, you are free to ignore this. 4. Always inspect the shaft you will work in using the gas inspection tool. Volatile gases tend to build up in the tunnels, and should you notice any, calmly evacuate the tunnel and report it to your foreman. 5. If you hear anyone crying for help in the lower tunnel zone, 400 to 100 meters below ground, ignore them. These have been proven to always be pranks made by random workers by unbiased and fair sources. 6. If you see any cages within the tunnels, ignore them. These were built by a, now most likely extinct, subterranean civilization. Ignore the fact that they seem similar to ours designs, it is a mere coincidence. Remember these rules, and fulfill your duty to humankind. When the result is progress, no cost is too high. Story 3. How to survive the EFX tornado. The newly added enhanced Fujita Scale X, EFX, tornado has several key differences from its numbered brethren that are worth knowing about. For the safety of the public, we at the National Weather Service have produced this handy pamphlet to help protect you and your family in the likely event of the EFX tornado's arrival. It contains many helpful mnemonics so that you will always remember what to do. Perhaps one day, with the help of citizens like you, the EFX can be defeated. Section A. How to tell if the EFX tornado will come to your town. The EFX does not come with thunderstorms like a normal tornado, but instead with its human disciples. Here are some helpful rules to follow if you suspect that one of these disciples is in your area. Remember, the 3 steps are: identify, execute, evacuate. Rule 1. Identify the disciple. They will appear human but will not speak a word, as their breath now belongs to the tornado, which means they will also not be breathing. Their clothes may be dirty or disheveled, and they may walk unusually. If you suspect someone of being a disciple, approach them and attempt to engage them in conversation. If they seem panicky and refuse to speak, proceed immediately to step 2. Rule 2. Execute the disciple summarily. Use your state-issued handgun to fire a bullet directly into the disciple's forehead, preferably between the eyes. Make sure to double-tap to prevent the disciple from summoning the EFX in their last moments. If you fail to properly follow through or there is a second disciple present, proceed to step 3. Rule 3. Evacuate immediately. Once the EFX is summoned by a living disciple, you only have minutes to escape. Get into a fast vehicle and get away as quickly as possible. Once the EFX has grown to full strength, you want to be as far away as possible. Section B. How to deal with the EFX tornado on the ground. Once the EFX touches down, your life is at risk. If you are outside, remember your animals: cheetah, serpent, chameleon, and dodo. If you are at home, get into your prepared shelter and begin your prayers. They will not save you, but they will comfort you. Rule 1. The cheetah is speedy. If you are in a car, drive at full speed in the opposite direction of the tornado. If you are on foot or bicycle, steal a motor vehicle. Remember that the EFX is intelligent and will follow you, but you don't have to be faster than it. You just have to be faster than the people around you. Rule 2. The serpent slithers in an S shape. As you flee the EFX, it will throw debris at you in an attempt to disable your vehicle or slow you down. Swerving in a serpentine pattern will make you harder to hit. If any pedestrians impede your path, remember that your own life is the most valuable. Rule 3. The chameleon hides. If the EFX is too close to run from, get out of your vehicle and get into a ditch. Cover yourself with dirt and leaves, or whatever else is nearby. If there are corpses nearby, use their blood to make yourself smell like one of them. Rule 4. The dodo is extinct. So will you be, if the EFX catches you. Extinction is better by your own hand than by the tornadoes. Section C. Surviving at home. Everyone should have some form of tornado shelter. If you are wealthy, you should have an airtight, underground panic room with several days' worth of oxygen and food supplies. If you are of more modest means, you should have an interior room or closet that you can seal with duct tape. If the tornado manages to enter your shelter, it will attempt to convince you to become one of its disciples. Remember the acronym FAST to know what to do. Rule 1. Fear is the enemy. Eliminate it from your mind. Do not fear what the EFX will do to you or your family, for it will use that fear to crush your willpower. Rule 2. Acceptance is the greatest virtue. Accept that death is always inevitable, and that it is noble to die in resistance to evil. Rule 3. Suicide has been approved by every major religion for those who are cornered by the EFX. Use the final bullet in your state-issued handgun to end your own life. Your soul will not suffer for it. If you cannot do this, remember the T in FAST. Rule 4. Temporary suffering in the winds of the EFX is better than losing your soul to it forever. Close your eyes and endure until death takes you. This pamphlet should provide you with all the knowledge you need in case the EFX arrives in your area. One day, we will end its reign of terror. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.